This is Halloween, and today, as promised, I'm back with another costume. Today, we're going to be doing the female version of the Incredible Hulk, which would be She-Hulk. It's a new Marvel series coming out this fall, hopefully, and it should be here just in time for Halloween. So I'm going to be showing you how to do this costume today. It was probably the most inexpensive I've done so far, so as far as being just something that's so doable and easy and that's going to be sickening awesome, this is going to be a costume for you. And by the way, I just wanted to see if you noticed my beautiful hair. It was done by Hairland on Kennedy in South Tampa by my girl Tina McIntosh. She added in some orangey color and she trimmed it up, gave me some layers, and I'm feeling pretty sexy. But anyway, we'll go ahead and get started. That's pretty much the costume. I've got literally 4 items. For this costume, She-Hulk, I'm gonna go with more of a Incredible Hulk sort of look, just because that's how I remember it. Back when I was a kid, my dad was the Incredible Hulk for Halloween. It was amazing. So I'm gonna be more of a She-Hulk, Incredible Hulk. She has so many different ways that you can do her. I've seen her pictured in the comics wearing black pants and a white tank top with a gun holster. I've seen her wearing a sort of leotard with purple on the sides, which they also sell online. You can buy it for, I think, anywhere from $45 to $60 online. It's a full bodysuit, like a cat suit almost, because it's got the arms, you know, the green arms built into it and the green legs. You can go that route. Any way you want to do it. This is the way I'm going to do it. I think it's more, in my opinion, it's more authentic, more true to the Incredible Hulk, more like a She-Hulk sort of character. So what I bought for this was a green wig. You'll notice that in my St. Patty's Day video, I did have a green wig. This is not the same one. I bought this on Amazon for about, I think it was $19.99, 20 bucks, let's just say that. But this one has darker green and even maybe some strands of black in it, specifically the She-Hulk character wig. And so I paid a little more to get just the exact right one. I think I'm going to cut it into layers, layer the wig a little bit, just so that it looks a little bit more disheveled. I just got a tank top, just a white tank top. Believe it or not, I didn't already have one. I think a lot of people do, but if you have one at home, great. I paid $8 for this at Target for a white tank top. Initially, I bought a collared shirt from Goodwill, and it was $5. You can do this too. This would be actually more of a Incredible Hulk sort of look, but I kind of thought that this is what she was wearing, so I went ahead and bought it. You know, if you're body conscious and you don't really like showing a lot of skin, or, you know, you could always do a collared shirt and just kind of rip it to shreds and it'll be perfect. So I'm going to keep it anyway because I may use it for another costume, but I'm going to use a tank top today. And then, like I said, I paid $8 for that. And these are some fitted stretch jeans that came from Goodwill for $7, $6.98. For a bra, since we're wearing a white top, I would use a white bra, or I actually had a green one. I think you can find bras in just about any color if you look on eBay. I mean, they just about have every color these days if you wanted to go the green bra route. But this one was actually my mom's, so I'm going to use it because it'll kind of show up green underneath rather than flesh tone. But definitely either white or green is what I would use for a bra. That's it for the costume. I'm not going to wear shoes for my photographs. If I were to go out and wear this costume out and about, what I would do is get like a clear or jelly sandal. That way the green of my foot would be the only thing basically showing. You know, you can't really see the clear sandal as well. You know, that way it looks really authentic, because the Incredible Hulk busted pretty much out of his clothes. He busted out of his clothes, his shoes and everything. He wasn't wearing shoes, you know, so I'm not going to wear shoes. This is going to be my take on She-Hulk, and it's going to be awesome. It's going to be cheap, or it is cheap, and it's gonna be spot on. Let's get started. Here I stand in my mirror. I'm gonna start cutting where I want the slashes to be in the shirt. The shirt's gonna look like just a bunch of slashes. That's what I'm going for, and it is gonna be a crop top. And at the bottom where I'm gonna crop it, I don't want it to be a perfect line. She's just busting out of this thing. So I want it to be kind of jagged. I'm just kind of be careful not to cut yourself. These are fabric scissors. So I'm just kind of putting slits everywhere where I want her to have them. And it's just basically going to be kind of all around the shirt. You know, it's got to look like it's busting off of me. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just kind of placing them right now. This is where I'm going to cut it into a crop top. You want it to have it on you when you're doing that. That way you'll know that it's covering everything that you want it to cover. And that's how we're doing that. We're going to basically do the same thing to the pants. Put them on, kind of mark where we want things to go. If you don't want to do it with the scissors, I've been doing this for a long time. I would probably recommend using a white fabric crayon if you have one for the jeans. That way you don't cut yourself. And then that way you can mark what you want and where you want all the slots to be or slits to be. And then you can go ahead and cut it. After you take them off, you can cut it. So yeah, just kind of like that. You see how it's kind of, it's real jagged. It's not perfect. That's how we want it to be. That's how I want it to be. You can do it however you want, but this is how I'm going to do mine. So just a little bit of that going on. All right, that's going to be the shirt. Easy as pie. So you can see how I've drawn lines across where I want all the slash marks to be in the pants. I've gone just beyond where the pocket line is inside. That way I don't have pockets sticking out. That's always tacky to me. It's up to you. If you want it to be that way, that's fine. But, and then I want them a little shorter as well, more like a pedal pusher, if y'all know what that is, or capri pants, capri style, you know, shorter. But not straight across as far as the cut goes. I want the cut to be kind of jagged and look ripped. So if you're not an artist and you're not good at making costumes, this would be a great costume for you because nothing has to be perfect. In fact, everything has to be imperfect. So, for it to look and have that feel like it's just ripping off because she's getting bigger and bigger, getting more muscular. Her clothes are just ripping into shreds. So that's what we kind of want it to look like. If you even wanted to do shredded like at the bottom, almost like a fringed shredding, that would look cool too. That's the way my dad did his when he was the Incredible Hulk. It looked amazing. This is such a versatile costume. Don't beat yourself up about it. Anything you do is going to look fantastic. Once I have drawn the lines in my pants here, I'm going to cut them with my fabric scissors and I'm going to throw them in the washer because I want them to wash and become tattered. I want the material to be frayed, you know, kind of looking like she's been wearing them for a couple days or whatever. So that's all I'm going to do. And then this costume is going to be done. So we just go to makeup after that. And I'll show you what it looks like when I'm finished. The wig and the shirt are done. I cut about 3 inches off of this. It was super long. I wanted it shorter. That's not something that you have to do, so I kind of just did it off camera. You can keep it long if you want. It all depends on you. For me, I wanted it shorter. I don't like dealing with long synthetic wigs. They get tangled in the wind and they look like crap the rest of the evening. So I cut a good deal of it off. The shirt's done, as you can see, and I also did the back. I've got a big rear end. Don't mind that. It's a little bit longer in the back. That's okay. I didn't want it even at all. And I cut slits in the back as well. This is such an easy costume. And if you love comfortable costumes, it's going to be really comfortable. So like if you're going to be partying all night or hanging out or at a Comic-Con event, you're going to be able to hang out all night and never get tired of this costume. I mean, you're just going to be comfortable all night. So it's really cool. It's really easy. And you probably already have a white tank top and jeans at home. All you would need to do is buy the body paint and the wig. So cheap, and it's going to be awesome. Very simple costume. So simple. What I did, as you could see in the photographs, is I slit the pants where I wanted the slits to be made, and I went ahead and threw them in the wash. Wash them means they're going to be tighter on me. We'll see what happens. I washed them so that the jean material would fray, and it worked out great. I'm pleased with the outcome. Anyway, that's what I did with that. So now we're going to get started with the makeup. And what I have for makeup here, I went online. You can get these on eBay. You can get it on Amazon. Whatever you buy through, they have the Ben Nye Aqua paint. As you know, I'm a huge Ben Nye fan. They should be paying me right now because I love them so much. And this is the Ben Nye Magic Cake Aqua paint. No surprise there. In the Gecko Green. We're going to be using that for our base. I wanted it to be lighter, because you will see, as you remember, when I did the green toy soldier, I think I used the emerald green. It's a lot darker, but I'm gonna use that too here. But we really want to kind of look like a more of cartoony. I'm gonna use this for low lighting. The emerald green, same, Magic Cake Aqua Ben Nye. I've got some black here. I'm going for the more comic book character appeal, not so much for the they're gonna have a series coming out in the fall, She-Hulk series by Marvel. So they're gonna have that coming out in the fall, and I wanted to look more like the comic book style. So I will be doing some shading with the black licorice Ben Nye Aqua paint, and I also grabbed the gray. I don't know if we'll be using it or not. We'll see. And again, that's up to you. It's however you want to do it. I kind of more or less just doing these videos to show you that a great look is possible on a budget. So, but anyway, this is just gray Magic Cake Aqua paint. And then for highlighting, so the forehead, the cheekbones, the protruding areas, we'll be doing just the cloud white Ben Nye Aqua. These little circles are about $7 a piece online, wherever you get them. Ben Nye has a website as well, but it's $7 for the small, and then it's there's a larger size that's about this big, and that's about $15. Because we're doing full body paint, that's what I'm doing. You don't have to. Like I said, there's the leotard. It's a full suit with green arms already attached. It's kind of like a cat suit I saw online. I think it's $48. It runs from like $48 to $65 online. You can get it on Amazon, eBay, if that's the way you want to go. But for this look, I will be doing full body paint. And of course, when you do that, you're going to want to have your final seal. Again, it's Ben Nye. Surprise, surprise, Ben Nye final seal. This stuff is going to make it adhere to your skin and not be rubbing off on everything. So that your home doesn't look like a crime scene or wherever you go. I've got a black liner pencil and my eyelashes are stuck to this, so don't mind that. I'm reusing them from a previous costume. I've just got this cheap palette. This came from Target. It's a Revolution, Tamnic Revolution. I don't know. It had some cool colors, so I bought it. And as you can see, they're all bold colors. I really just wanted a bold palette. They're okay. I'm not going to say that they're great, but I just can't fathom spending $80 or $90 on a nice shadow palette. You know, I've done it before for Kat Von D, and it's cool and all, but I just don't wear eyeshadow that much, so I mostly just do a cat eye with a red lipstick for my everyday look, and a lot of times I'm just running around here with no makeup because I'm working out, I'm running around, so I just don't wear it enough, I guess, to spend that kind of money. Another reason why I made this channel, so that people who just don't have that kind of money to spend, they can go, I think this was like 20 bucks, I think, and it's got some pretty good colors, and you know, they may not go on as good or as solid initially as an expensive palette. An expensive palette you could just like stroke like this and it's like bright red, you know. You might have to do a couple of layers, but I mean, it works, and there's some really neat colors in here, so I'm kind of liking it, and I think you will too. So anyway, I don't know much about She-Hulk, to be honest with you. I'm more of a DC fan. My husband is the Marvel fan. Yeah, he showed me She-Hulk and I kind of fell in love with the idea, the concept, and part of the reason was because my dad, when I was growing up, he had some awesome costumes. He did, and he was the Incredible Hulk one year, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. He had some really cool ones. He was a monkey at one time, which was crazy. It was before I was born, though. I didn't quite see it in person, but it looked really legit. He was like a monkey wearing clothes, like he was a dressed monkey. I don't know. He had the long arms and it didn't look like him at all, and it was just, he stayed in character and it was really cool. And then one time he was the Moss Man. It's just, I think it's a character he came up with on his own. But I can remember just going outside and he was coming down the block And he's coming down the block like, I think he was trying to scare me. But I don't know. I didn't really get scared, but I thought it was cool. He had moss draped all over his body, and he looked like some kind of a monster, but it was pretty wicked. The Moss Man. I'm not doing it because moss has red bugs in it, and I'm not into that, but he didn't mind, and he did it well. So I'm just gonna green myself with this great gecko green. At first, get my whole face covered up with that, which you've seen me do a zillion times. It's not a different kind of paint or anything. It's the same thing. And you can see that green color coming out right away. I looked all over my house for that dadgum picture of my dad as the Hulk. I love it. I want to put it in my Halloween room, but I can't find it. I know exactly what the picture looks like. We were actually at church when the picture was taken. What do they call it? Cafeteria area? It's not really a cafeteria. The open area where we'd have all the potlucks and stuff. They had like a fall festival. I don't know. It might have just been a straight up Halloween party. I mean, this was the 80s. And churches weren't so rigid, you know, at that time, so it might have just been a straight up Halloween party. I know that you were invited to wear your Halloween costume, so that's different. These days they think it's like Satan's holiday or whatever. I am not fond of that statement. I don't think it's Satan's holiday at all. Believe anything is what you make it. That's what I believe. You know, I'm very much a Christian. I believe in God. I pray. You know, I don't think he's gonna hate me because I love Halloween. You know what I mean? Our God is an awesome God, and you know, it's something that I love, and I can't. You know, I think if I didn't have Halloween, I'd be a very sad person. But it's different for me. It's not. I don't celebrate it as a Wiccan or not like making human or animal sacrifices or anything like that. I'm just enjoying the holiday for what I know it to be, which is dressing up and having a good time, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. So I'm just gonna green my face. This is kind of boring to do on camera. You can see though that it's getting green. This is what I want. We just want a green base. Well, I'll finish doing that, and I'm gonna have to have my husband help me with the body paint, but I'm gonna finish greening my face and neck area and chest area, and then I'm gonna come back on and I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do for highlighting and effects. I'm all green. The green is on. The green is on. I'm feeling kind of goofy right now. Got the green on. It was a little bit of a pain in the butt this time. I don't know why. It was a bigger pain in the butt than usual. That's all. That's all I'm saying. I think I was impatient. What you want to really do is get it on dry, you know, let it dry, and then maybe put more, you know, and then get it to where you want it to be with the bin knife. And I think I was impatient, no, because it's like whole body paint. Pretty much I'm going to have to paint most of my body, you know, being impatient. I'm using a different sponge to put the white on because the other one's pretty saturated and green. You may want to have a couple of different sponges, and I'll use that one for the darker green as well. But this one's I'm gonna be doing my white, you know, my highlighting with it, and hopefully that'll work out good. Oh yeah, see, it's a little too white, but that's okay, because remember I showed you, if you watched my other video, the Statue of Liberty, I'll take my green sponge and I'll kind of blend it, you know, with the green sponge. So it looks kind of crazy right now. I'm just going over like highlighting the protruding areas of my face. So it's gonna be like my cheekbones, my nose, my forehead, my chin. And then I'm just gonna go over it kind of with the green, and it'll look good. Looks kind of crazy right now, I get that. But trust me, you're gonna love it. I wanna do that. So let me get my green sponge ready to go. So I am taking my green sponge. It was already still wet and had some green in it. And I'm just kind of going over the white to blend it. You see how it just looks a lot better? It's not like, whoa, white. You know, so that's all you're gonna do. Just go around the edges, basically. You kind of want the whiter areas, like in the middle, to still be white. Just around the edges of it, and it's gonna blend right in, you know, look like a cartoon character. That's what we're going for. I'm just gonna go over my nose, and now it's blended right in. Kind of rubbed some of the white off of the left side here, so I'm gonna go over that just a little bit more with the white. I see some skin showing through. I'm trying to look green here. Sometimes it's very layered when you're doing these looks. Today is my daughter's birthday. She's 17 years old, and that's a scary thought, but it happens. You have kids and time flies by, and then before you know it, they're grown up. So what can you do? Not a dang thing. It just happens. I've done my whole chest, and now I'm gonna start in with the black liner. Just evening out. I love this makeup. All right, I wanna do black liner on my bottom lid. And the Incredible Hulk is, well, They're the Incredible Hulk. They're almost monstrous. You know, She-Hulk is basically an extension of the Incredible Hulk, which is another reason why I wanted to do this version of She-Hulk, is because it's more Hulk-like. They've got her wearing an ice skating outfit, and I don't know what that's all about, but that's not very She-Hulk to me. I'm all about being more true to character. And in my opinion, the She-Hulk where she's busting out of her clothes and becoming real big and strong, you know, that's what the Incredible Hulk is. So that's what I want to be. You can do it however you want. You want to wear the little ice skating dress or whatever, that's cool too, you know. I said I was going to do my liner, but go ahead and do my eyebrows. Why not? They were going to be in black anyway. I'll go ahead and get that done out of the way. And then we'll just, you know, I don't go into these things knowing what I'm going to do at all. I'm kind of just winging it, but it's going to look good. I'm not going to steer you in the wrong direction. Let's put it that way. So I'm doing a black brow. Black brow. I look like the witch from The Wizard of Oz. It's true, but whatever. I won't when I'm done and I have my wig on in there. You'll get it. I'm doing the black liner on the bottom lid. I'm not really a Marvel fan. I'm not really, for the most part, a comics fan, to be honest with you. I'm a big fan of Batman, the original one with Michael Keaton, and Batman Returns, because they were both directed by my guy, Tim Burton. Timmy B directed both of those, and he's a cinematic genius. So, that is why I'm fond of those. Before that, I had never had any interest in watching any comic movies, and I really still don't. Even though I will say that Deadpool was good. It was hilarious. And that's Marvel. And Venom was actually also pretty good. And I do plan on going to see the new one with Jared Leto with my husband. I'm gonna go see that. He's the Marvel guy. My husband is the Marvel guy for sure. He watches all the movies, all the sitcoms, anything Marvel related. He watches YouTube videos about the sitcoms or the movies he watched. It's just some nerd talking about what happened in the movie and their opinion. And I'm just going, gosh, you're deep. Now, I've just got my palette here. I'm just using this dark green to fill in my eyes, maybe in the corners where I missed a spot with the green or whatever. It's working quite well. So, and now I just started rubbing off my other. So, I'll just touch it up. No problem. It's like, listen, eyes, you will be green, whether you like it or not. At least for now. You just touch it up and it's good. I had already got the other one. But yeah, I'm more of a Batman fan, to be honest with you. So, what else do I want to do here? I'm thinking I'm gonna just outline some areas to make it more cartoony. Yeah, so subtle black lines. So that I kind of look like a drawing. You can feel the outline of your face. You kind of know where to put the lines just naturally. You know, that little dimple you have, like right above your lip. Over here, kind of burping. It's been a little bit of a stressful day. Pretty stressful. I'm trying to get this video out and we're getting ready to go to Key West, which is where my next video will be filmed. So if you're digging the graveyards and the haunted places, it'll be a good one. I'm just gonna outline my lips. You know these little creases? I'm gonna do a little bit of that too. And I think just because she's turning into a beast, you know? She's all of a sudden gaining all these muscles, all this strength, and she's and I just want to kind of emphasize the parts of the face that would be emphasized, you know, if that were to happen. Put yourself in that character's shoes. What would they look like? What would they actually be doing? I feel like sometimes they make these characters too pretty. I like ugly. What I also wanted to do, I did my chest on green here, and even with my stomach, I'm going to kind of draw in muscle. Not draw them in, but use my sponge and the black to emphasize, you know, the chest muscles or the chest and everything. Something that would be emphasized anyway if you were to all of a sudden start getting all these muscles. So I didn't end up using my dark green yet, but I'm going to do that for my lips. Just in case you were wondering, hey, where's that dark green at? I'm going to use that for my lips. So when I was looking at the comic, down the chest, almost like a tree, goes straight down the middle. Of course, it's emphasizing the breasts because they always do that in the comics. I don't know why. I'm wearing the bra that I'm going to wear with the costume, just so that I would have a, you know, a good reference. So that, I'm gonna go straight down the middle, and then I noticed it just went like that. That's how her, like, you know, it looks pretty good, pretty convincing. I'm all about convincing. That looks awesome. Yay, and it's so easy. It's so easy too. Maybe a little bit of a preview of what's to come. I really want this more organic, sort of sweet. And I can always fix anything with my green. It's just the sponge that I had before. It's got the green on it. Well, now I'm kind of messing it up. I'll have to fix it. I'll go fix it. That's what you're wanting, is like a straight thing up the middle, and then on either side you're gonna go out like a tree branches. Yeah, I had to go off camera. I just greened myself a little bit more. That's pretty much all I did. Nothing spectacular. And the areas I needed. You see how it's kind of like, you know, your muscles do that. When you see weightlifters and their pectoralis major is like flexing, it's gonna look like that. And it's not symmetrical. So if you mess up like I did, you don't have to go fix it. You know, my brain works differently. I'm kind of a perfectionist. If I was God, it'd probably be crazy because everybody in the world would look like, you know, have like perfect structure, you know, because I wouldn't be able to handle any imperfections. But that's just the way I am. So that's what I'm going to do with my chest. My husband, I think, just arrived home. He's going to finish greening me, and I'm going to show you how I've kind of done the arms for the muscles and the stomach as well. I'm going to green my feet. I got to put on eyelashes, all kinds of that stuff. So as you can see, what I did, painted my entire body green, and I will say that the gecko green doesn't have as good of coverage as some of the other colors Ben Nye has. I've outlined with the black sponge, very simple on each side, and gave myself a little 6-pack and one right down the middle. I did the same thing up top. You saw that with my arms. You're gonna flex and you're just gonna outline where your muscles are. Because the paint didn't cover as well as I would have liked to, I did black underneath my arms for shading, and that kind of took care of that. I'm green all the way to my feet, and so it's all complete other than my wig. So I'm going to put my wig on. I'm going to probably put a little dark green on my lip, and we're going to go take photographs. See you in a minute. She-Hulk here to take photographs in downtown St. Pete. Thank you. And people know who I am. Can't believe it because the series hasn't even come out yet, but I guess there's a lot of comic fans, and I don't normally do this with my still shots, but they know who I am, so it'll be a good one if you want to do this for Halloween or for a Comic-Con. It's good. Thank you so much for joining me again today. I hope you enjoyed this look. She-Hulk. Again, the series I believe is coming out in the fall. I think you'll really enjoy it. If you loved this look and you're loving the videos, please remember to like, subscribe, and share. I cannot do this without your support, and I want to bring you a lot more material. Remember, it takes patience to cover your whole body in body paint, and the Ben Nye Gecko Green doesn't cover as well as some of the other colors. So if you have a go-to for body paint that you like, that works for you, you might want to try that. But for the most part, it's a 30-minute costume, more or less. You just got to cut the slits, wash the jeans so they'll fray, and you're all set. I'll see you next time.